Hey everyone, this is Wes from the Console Gaming Crew, and we couldn't be happier to announce that we are now part of the Boss Rush Podcast Network and are featured on BossRushGames.com. BossRushGames.com is a great place where you can find up-to-date news articles, blogs, and podcasts about video games. In addition to that, there is a growing collection of podcasts in not just the gaming community, but other communities as well. We are honored to be a part of such a great network of podcasters, so please stop by and give everyone a listen. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Yo, crew members, what it be?
Hey-o, ho ho ho. Oh, I should have held the ho ho ho. It's not Christmas time yet. And I just hit a ho ho ho.
Start singing songs?
Ho 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 and a barrel of Reese's.
Fuck yeah.
I finally turned Wes on to the old gaming / podcast snack deal because he was never really into it. Like when we were podcasting in the studio, I had a dresser full of snacks that he really never had an interest in partaking for the most part.
I didn't really eat much. You know what I mean, when we're getting ready to record.
And like when I'm playing video games or whatever, like I can't. It's hard for me to not snack on something. So, and when you have the fantastic wife that I have, you never go without snacks anyway. So,
truth.
You know, I always had like this industrial size thing of M&Ms or whatever. Like I'm on the fast track to diabetes. Let's just put it that way. I'm on a fast track to the diabetes, but whatever. We live in right now. And then all of a sudden, Wes was in the store, and I get a picture of him with this enormous tub of M&Ms. And I'm like,
peanut butter M&Ms. Let's go ahead and get.
I'm sorry, peanut butter.
Yo, because to me,
not peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms.
Peanut butter M&Ms. Yo, like that is my favorite M&M. So,
hey, salty sweet man, get it. And I'm sitting here with a big ass tub of Reese's, little mini Reese's cups.
Not to mention all the candy I have here already, just because of Halloween coming up and everything. And to which by the time everybody hears it, it's either going to be Halloween or past Halloween. So,
happy
Halloween, y'all.
Yeah, I hope y'all get to watch a shitload, or have gotten to watch a shitload of scary movies this month. And if you have kids, eat all their candy or
played scary games.
Play some scary games, which, funny enough, go figure, we stopped Freaky Friday in the month of October.
Yeah, it kind of worked that way, didn't it?
Sure did. Didn't do it.
That's all right.
That's just kind of how it worked. But today, bro, what do we got today?
So today we are going to make sure everybody knows about the free and new for November 2021.
Yes. And since Anthony's not here today, I will be taking you through Xbox and PlayStation. So bear with me. You'll just have to listen to my glorious voice a little longer. And it's nerve-wracking for me because the longer I talk, the longer I'm likely to squeak. So prayers up for you, boy. Anyway, let's get this started. So the November games. Oh, yeah, Wes is ready to give you the old dinger. In a way, that sounded dirty. I feel like I should have reworded that.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say Wes is going to give you the old ding-a-ling, and I'm going to say, nuh-uh. No, sir.
No. Wes's wife is the only one that gets his old ding-a-ling. God, I was going to take that to so many terrible places, but out of respect for your wife, I'm not going to do it.
She don't listen.
It don't matter. People do. Anyway, so we'll start with Xbox. So the as always, the Xbox stuff I get straight from Xbox's website. Same with PlayStation. The November games with gold lineup is here on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Get ready for a ridiculously fun time in moving out and defend your kingdom in the beautiful 2D platformer Kingdom 2 Crowns. And for the for the lineup via backwards compatibility, a classic Sega character returns in Rocket Knight and defend Gotham from Evil in Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes.
Nice.
Yes, sir. So we will start with Moving Out, which is available November 1st to the 30th. In Moving Out, you begin your career as a fart.
Excuse me? Okay.
Yeah, you begin your career as a fart. And by fart, I mean a furniture arrangement and relocation technician. So,
okay.
No task is too dangerous for your company's smooth moves as you attempt to save the town from furniture peril. play solo or with up to 4 friends in this ridiculously physics-based moving simulator. I actually peeped some of this, and it looks super interesting. It's a couch co-op game. I don't know if it's couch and online, but I know for a fact it's couch co-op, where it looks like a mix between Sims, the colorful shit of like Animal Crossing, and I don't really know what else. And basically what happens is you're helping your friends like move out of their house, or helping people move out of their house and into another one. So you have a certain amount of time to run into their house with a friend, pick up the couches, move it to the moving truck and shit like that. But each piece of furniture like has, something that makes it difficult to move out. So like the L-shaped couches to be able to move them around things to get them out, and TVs with the electrical wire or the electrical cord and shit like that.
Sounds very interesting.
It seems like something that would actually be a lot of fun. Like I said, you get some drinks, get some food, and move some people out, because can't get sued for drinking on the job when you're playing this game.
True.
So yeah, moving right along to Kingdom 2 Crowns, which is available November 16th to December 15th. Still so weird that they do shit like that like this on Xbox. The whole like mid-month to mid-month thing, rather than just like the first of the month to the end of the month.
Yeah, it would seem like it would be a lot simpler.
It's called Games with Gold for November, so why can't it just be the 1st of
November?
30th? You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, the Kingdom 2 Crowns available the 16th to December 15th. Build your kingdom and explore new lands in Kingdom 2 Crowns. You play the role of a monarch atop their trusty steed and protect your realm from the forces of the greed. You'll enjoy exploring medieval lands, dark realms, and feudal Japan in a beautiful pixel art setting with micro-strategy elements. That is Kingdom 2 Crowns. Moving right along to a classic fan favorite, Rocket Knight, the fan favorite hero from the classic Sega-era Sparkster series, comes home after 15 years to find the kingdom of Zephyrus in shambles. Use your wits and trusty Rocket Pack to defeat the menacing wolf army threatening his people. So that is Rocket Knight, available November 1st to the 15th. And lastly, we have Lego Batman 2. Oh, excuse me. Whoa! My whole damn note screen just went haywire.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Certainly is not, sir. Give me 1 second and bear with me. And then we'll get to whatever game I just said. Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, available November 16th to the 30th. Don your cape and cowl and join the dynamic duo and other famous superheroes, including Superman, Wonder Woman, and more, and save the citizens of Gotham from the Joker and Lex Luthor. We talk about these Lego games all the time. While they are generally geared towards kids, adults can have a lot of fun with them too, especially if it's, a genre you like. Superheroes is our bag, so, maybe not necessarily DC all the time, but superheroes nonetheless.
Nah, I mean, look, I think DC has some of the best villains in like the comic world. I don't know, maybe just cause I just thoroughly enjoy, villains like Killer Croc and Joker and stuff like that.
So again, in review, that's moving out, available November 1st to the 30th. Kingdom 2 Crowns, available November 16th to December 15th. And then the lineup via backwards compatibility, you get Rocket Knight, which is available November 1st to the 15th, and Lego Batman 2 Superheroes, available November 16th to the 30th. And now, moving right along, no rest. We're going right into PlayStation. This is all the stuff you can get with your PS Plus subscription for November. It is a bumper PlayStation Plus lineup this November with 6 titles in total, available to add to your game library starting Tuesday, November 2nd. Partake in an epic dodgeball tournament with Knockout City. Play sleuth and spot imposters in social deduction game First Class Trouble. Then wield weapons and battle monsters in the fantasy world of Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. And to celebrate the 5th anniversary of PSVR, this month's PlayStation Plus lineup will include 3 bonus PSVR titles. Survive the horrors aboard a procedurally generated spaceship in The Persistence, tackle zombies in The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, and showcase your sword skills in the roguelike Until You Fall. So,
I like the way that one sounds.
Until You Fall, absolutely.
Until you fall.
Until you freaking fall, man. And let's... excuse me. I don't know why my phone keeps doing this, but like it keeps doing weird things. Anyway, so let's start off with Knockout City, which is a game we actually reviewed when we saw it for the first time on one of the State of Plays. We were like, oh,
Yeah,
this game looks
and
fun.
it's actually on Game Pass right now too.
Touche. So Knockout City, which is going to be for the PS5 and PS4, team up and duke it out with rival crews in style as you settle the score with epic dodgeball battles online. Brace yourself for outrageous fun and intense competition in an all-new take on team-based multiplayer games. Customize your character and form a crew with friends to start your Knockout City takeover. Knock out opponents with trick shots and coordinated teamwork while dodging and catching balls flying across the map. No ball? No problem. You can literally ball up, roll into a teammate's hands, and become the ultimate weapon.
Yep.
I remember when we saw that, we were like, what the fuck is this?
It's actually, so I mean, I played it a little bit on Xbox, and it's actually kind of a wild game, man. It's 3-on-3. You can just kind of just wall out, and once you find a dodgeball, you can go ahead and throw it. I mean, they have different types of dodgeballs, so it's actually, like I said, it's a good game. People should definitely check it out.
Now, this game I saw, I believe, as part of the most recent Sony State of Play, which we will cover next week, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, this is one that it didn't blow my hair back, but it was interesting. And I was like, this would be something that would be interesting for all of us to play just once to see how it goes. And then if it builds from there, fine.
I'm just curious on what's actually going to blow your hair back.
And that is First Class. Well, yeah, because at this point, my hair's gone. So whatever it is bringing my hair back. So, so this is First Class Trouble for PS5 and PS4. First Class Trouble is a social deduction party game where 6 people play together online aboard a luxury space cruiser. At the start of each game, 4 players will be randomly selected to be residents, cooperatively trying to shut down a rogue AI at the heart of the ship. The other 2 players will be personoids, who will lie, deceive, and do whatever it takes to stop them. Teamwork is the key to survival, but who can you trust? Now,
wow.
What I saw was like, the graphics, they weren't bad, but it wasn't like, oh, we're definitely in 2021. But the idea of that game sounds like it could be cool and it could be really fun. So it'd be interesting to give it a whirl, and the fact that it's free for the month is the perfect time to give it a whirl.
No, I agree.
So now we have Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, which is a PS4 title from the minds of the best-selling author R.A. Salvatore, Spawn creator Todd McFarlane, and Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion lead designer Ken Rolston. That's
top notch.
That is top notch. Comes Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, remastered with stunning visuals and refined gameplay. Re-Reckoning delivers intense, customizable RPG combat inside a sprawling game world. Uncover the secrets of Amalur, from the vibrant city of Rathir to the vast region of Dalentarth to the grim dungeons of the Brigand Hall Caverns. Rescue a world torn apart by vicious war and control the keys to immortality as the first warrior ever to be resurrected from the grips of death. This game looks badass, by the way. And the fact that I just love it.
Just the people that are involved in it. I mean, it's just like, you can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely not. So what did we say? So we said the lead designer from Oblivion, Ken Rolston, Oblivion, fantastic game. Spawn creator Todd McFarlane, hello.
Hello.
Hello, McFly. Hello. Anyway, so moving along to some
showing your age, old man.
Yeah. Oh God, don't tell me that. Whatever age I can show, you can show older. Anyway, moving on to these PSVR titles, which excites me because I've kind of been interested to dust this thing off. I got 2 of them, for fuck's sake. Start with the Persistence. The Persistence challenges you to survive aboard a doomed spaceship. Survive aboard a doomed deep space colony starship in the year 2521. Stranded, malfunctioning, and caught in the inexorable pull of a black hole, the Persistence is overrun with a crew mutated into horrific and murderous aberrations. It's down to you, a clone of security officer Zimri Eater, to make your way deeper into the decks of the Persistence to repair the systems and prevent the ship from being torn apart. Gather resources, upgrade abilities, and fabricate an arsenal of weapons in this brutal sci-fi horror roguelite. That is the Persistence. Now let's move on to a game that certainly doesn't need any introduction because it's got a humongous fan base, and that is The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners Standard Edition for PSVR. Face all the horrors that the living and the dead can offer in this new VR adventure in the Walking Dead universe. Travel the ruins of Walker-infested New Orleans as you fight, sneak, scavenge, and survive each day unraveling a citywide mystery within the iconic quarters. Encounter desperate factions and lone survivors who could be friend or foe. Whether you help others or take what you want by force, every choice you make has consequences. What kind of survivor will you be for the people of New Orleans? That is, should I say Nolans? Sorry. That is cool to have that type of game in a VR, like the type of games where what you do determines how the story unfolds.
Yeah,
it's dope to have that in a VR game because VR just brings,
oh yeah, it just knocks it all
brings
out
everything to life. Yeah, and then lastly, Until You Fall, which Wes liked the name of this one, so we'll see if he likes how the game sounds. So for PSVR, Until You Fall, fantasy and synthwave collide in this physically active PSVR sword fighting game. Grow stronger as you battle through an awesome neon environment and strike down magic-infused monstrosities in this hack-and-slash roguelite. Move your arms and body to the synthwave soundtrack as you attack, block, cast spells, and dodge your way deeper into the heart of a neon fantasy world filled with magic-infused monsters. Equip yourself with a variety of gameplay-altering weapons as you continue to gain strength and strike down the monstrosities that lurk throughout this mystifying world. Sounds like Beat Saber, but like against monsters.
Which sounds awesome.
Where's bad?
Yeah.
Where's bad? Now, all of those... so Knockout City, First Class Trouble, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning will be available to add to your game library until Monday, December 6th. Now, The Persistence, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners Standard Edition, and Until You Fall are available all the way up until Monday, January 3rd. So you have a stretch to grab those games.
Yeah, definitely do.
And, just for anyone that hasn't yet, it is going to... when is this episode going to air?
Halloween.
Monday?
Yeah, well, not Halloween.
Halloween? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to drop Halloween night.
Okay, so then this is your last chance to download October's PlayStation Plus games. So the multiplayer shooter Hell Let Loose, Golf Sim, PGA Tour 2K21, and one-on-one fighter Mortal Kombat X. All three titles are going to leave PlayStation Plus on Monday, November 1st. So by the time you hear this, you'll have a day. If you
mere hours.
Yeah, if you want to download and mess around with those. But those are all the games that you can download with your Xbox Games with Gold and PS Plus subscriptions.
Word.
Mouthful. I kind of want to breathe now. I need Reese's while you talk.
Sit back, relax, take a breath. Because I will give all of you the new games for November 2021. I don't know why I turned on the announcements. So November 2nd, we have World War Z coming to the Switch. November 3rd, we have Bloodshore, which is coming to the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. November 4th, we have Demon Turf for PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. Just Dance 2022, which everybody loves playing those types of games. That's for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. Pinchcliff Grand Prix is coming out for the Switch. And Space Lines from the Far Out is going to be out for Xbox. Now, November 5th, this one is going to be major because we're talking about one of the biggest games during the pandemic. Animal Crossing is having their New Horizons Update 2.0 for the Switch. And you are also going to get the Happy Home Paradise, which is the last free DLC that is going to be coming to the game. That's also going to be on November 5th.
And please, if you are interested in that game and haven't checked it out, we just had a whole episode based around that Animal Crossing Direct.
Yeah, into which, dude, we learned a lot, and I'm excited to jump back in. I really am. Yep. You have Call of Duty Vanguard is going to be coming out for the PS5. Sorry. Call of Duty Vanguard is going to be coming out for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, and Xbox.
That game looks fantastic, by the way.
Huh?
That game looks fantastic.
Vanguard?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No. Dude, I haven't looked at a Call of Duty game in a long-ass time. I'll freely admit it. And the last game that we have for November 5th is Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy Volume 1. Woo, that was a lot.
That is a damn mouthful, and I'm surprised you got all that out without one little glitch in the Matrix.
That's coming out for the PS4. There you go. The PS5 and PS4.
It's coming out for the PS5, everyone.
Yeah, the PS5. November 9th, we have Airborne Kingdom coming out for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. Disney Classic Games Collection And that's going to be for the PS4, Xbox, and Switch. I'm curious about that one. I have no idea what games are on it, but I want to go ahead and check it out.
Which one?
Football.
Sorry. What did you?
Disney Classic Games Collection.
Oh yeah. I talked about that an episode or two ago, didn't we?
Might have. I don't remember. Dude, we've done a lot of these.
Sure enough.
Next one is Football Manager 2022 Xbox Edition. That's going to be for, obviously, the Xbox. And then Forza Horizon 5 is for the Series S and X and Xbox. Jurassic 5 Evolution 2 is coming out for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, and Xbox. And My Singing Monsters Playground is coming out for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. November 11th, we have Epic Chef for the PS4, Xbox, and Switch. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, is coming out for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. We have a Skyrim Special Edition coming out for PS5, Series S and X, PS4, and Xbox. And this one's big, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic coming out for the Switch. November 12th, we only have one game, and that is Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the Switch. November 16th, we also only have one game, and that is Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 coming out for the PS5 and Series S and X. November 18th, we have Microsoft Flight Simulator Game of the Year Edition coming out for the Series S and X. Microsoft Flight Simulator Reno Air Races Expansion Pack is coming out for the Series S and X. Microsoft Flight Simulator Reno Air Races Full Collection coming out for the Series S and X. And Undungeon is coming out for the Xbox.
I always get excited when I see full collections come for free, because then it's just like, you're not missing anything. You start right from the beginning.
Right there.
Yep, gotta love it.
November 19th, this is another big game that a lot of people are excited for. Battlefield 2042 is coming out for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, and Xbox. That's the one that has like over 100 people in a battle royale or something like that.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can do this again without screwing up. Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy Volume 2 is coming out for PS5 and PS4, also on November 19th. Then you have Nerf Legends for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. And then we're ending off November 19th with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out for the Switch.
Take my money. Just take it.
Yep. November 23rd, we only have one game, and that is Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker Expansion. That's coming out for the PS5 and PS4. And November 25th, we only have one game. Cricket 22, the official game of the Ashes, is coming out for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, and Xbox.
Can you imagine? Hold on. Can you imagine how regal we would feel if we just decided one night to just sit down and play cricket?
Dude, I don't even know the first thing about playing that damn game. I'll be honest with you.
I know nothing about cricket.
I know nothing about cricket.
They hit the ball with that little paddle, right? That's that game?
I guess. I don't see.
There's someone out there. There's someone that it's not ignorance and not like. There's just some sports. Do you know a lot about highlight? I don't. I know they have like the curved stick and the balls go like 100 miles an hour, but I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do with them. Same thing with cricket. But like, that could be a fun night. Like, yo, bro, fun Friday, want to play some cricket? We'll learn the rules together.
Yo, for a fun Friday, or for my co-op Monday, that actually probably would be pretty cool. Yeah. Because none of us would know what the hell to do, so it'd be quite entertaining. But the last game that I have for November 30th is Beyond the Steel Sky for the PS5, Series S and X, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. I do want to go ahead and make sure I talk about the games that are coming to Game Pass in November. We might as well go ahead and start adding these in because it just makes sense. So we are going to start off with, and also these games are you are going to hear repeats because I did talk about these in the new games, but these are ones that are going to be coming straight to Game Pass as well, basically day of. So you have Football Manager 2022, and that's coming November 9th for console, PC, and cloud. Forza Horizon 5, November 9th as well for console, PC, and cloud. And then we have the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the Definitive Edition, is coming out for console and PC. That one I'm going to mess with. And then you also have the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition. That's going to be coming out November 11th for console, PC, and cloud. And then you have the Microsoft Flight Simulator Game of the Year Edition, which is going to be coming out November 18th for console and PC. That one game I talked about, Undungeon, that's going to be coming out November 18th for console and PC. And the last one I have is Evil Genius 2 World Domination, and that's going to be November 30th for console.
That sounds fantastic, by the way.
Woo!
I still want to play cricket. What is one snack on the play? Like, this just shows my ignorance about cricket. Like, what do you eat when you play cricket? Like, do you usually eat prunes? Like, what do you eat?
I'm sure you're going to piss somebody off with saying that.
Probably. I don't intend to. Or maybe I did.
You might have. But we gave you free, we gave you new, and we gave you Game Pass. So now let's give you news. All right, I only have 4 stories. We're making this real damn quick. I know, I saw that. It looks fucking horrible.
So, real quick.
That's disgusting.
I just saw a picture on my phone, and I sent it to my wife and said that these people find these people and throw them in prison, whoever made these. Oscar Mayer Halloweeners, black licorice flavored hot dogs.
Yeah, they need to go to jail.
Like, that's life without parole.
They need to go to jail. Hard labor.
That's what that is. Anyway, continue. Because black licorice hot dogs have nothing to do with video games.
So, like I said, I have 4 stories. One that's Far Cry. One that has to do with Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. And 2 that have to do with Activision Blizzard. So I'll hit the Activision Blizzard stuff first.
Oh, thank God, because we already know that's going to be negative, right?
Actually, it's not. Wow. So they are going to now introduce a zero tolerance harassment policy. Fucking took you forever to do it.
So it's bad, but it's not bad. It's one of It's not better late than never, which is infuriating. That it took to how long has Blizzard Activision been around? That just now in 2021, there's now a zero tolerance policy for touching other people and shit and harassing them. Cool.
Yes, so the letter is coming from the Activision Blizzard CEO, Bobby Kotick. And part of it is sitting here saying, and I quote, "In the past, when we discovered and substantiated harassment, we terminated some employees and provided verbal or written warnings or different disciplinary actions for others. In retrospect, to achieve our goals for workplace excellence, this approach is no longer adequate." Fucking duh. "We need tougher rules and consistent monitoring across the entire company to make sure reports are being handled correctly and discipline is appropriate and swift." Like, yeah, we already said it. Like, you should have had this shit.
Sounds like something someone puts in place late just because they don't want to miss out on any game sales. It's almost like you got a big game coming down the pipeline at some point. Could it be Diablo 4? I don't know.
It could be. But yeah, man, that whole the frat boy culture and the sexual harassment and toxic work environment and the unequal pay between men and women has been something that's just such a huge issue with Activision Blizzard specifically. I mean, let alone just the fucking game. I mean, the game development community as well.
Yeah.
And this actually kind of bleeds into my next story. So all of this really spilled out because of the annual fan convention BlizzCon, which they had a room that was called the Cosby Suite. And and that's where they had all of those fucking horrible ass fucking accounts of these people just being absolute shitheads.
Yeah.
But talking about BlizzCon, Blizzard right now canceled it for this year, and they plan to reimagine it for future events. Their plan is to make it more safe, welcoming, and inclusive. They're basically trying to just put themselves into the shadows so that way they can just try to survive this. Try to survive this fucking storm that they went ahead and created.
So fucking annoying.
It's just like, we got into a conversation yesterday when we were streaming about all the stuff that was happening within the Chicago Blackhawks organization, and and everything happened that within that 2010 season, and it's just how appalling these people are for going ahead and doing this shit, and then the people that knew about it don't fucking do anything.
It's so crazy that you almost have to say that there are worse people than the person who sexually assaulted someone, because that person is a horrible piece of shit. But then the people that knew that happened and didn't do anything to you can't fix it once it's already happened, but take all the necessary steps to lock
Make
that
sure it doesn't
person
happen
up,
again.
make sure it doesn't happen again. They're just as fucking bad, and they're just as evil. And
because they're afraid it's going to hurt their bottom line, so they go ahead and try to sweep it under the rug, which is just a dick fucking move.
Yeah, and I don't want to go down a crazy rabbit hole with this again because it just makes me so incredibly angry. But did you hear how the Blackhawks handled that guy that did that? I don't know if it was in the article that you read, because I've read so many articles now, I don't even remember which one you sent me. But Brad Aldrich, for anyone that doesn't know, I'll make it very, very short. It's a serious topic, so it's not like I'm trying to downplay it by not bringing up a lot of shit, but it's just not part of what we would normally do on the podcast here. But the video coach, Brad Aldrich, sexually assaulted a 20-year-old player at the time during the 2010 Stanley Cup run. He was a player that was coming up from the minors as a fill-in for injury, I think. And the way the Blackhawks... So he reported the sexual assault then, and the organization did absolutely nothing about it. Now, what they did... So the man, Brad Aldrich, who sexually assaulted him, what the Blackhawks did was allow him to resign after they won the cup. They allowed him to resign before any of this broke, thus letting him then get employed by another. He was employed by another team afterwards. So they knowingly let a man who sexually assaulted someone go and get another job. And what happened with the other jobs? Allegations on the other ones too. Shocker.
It's a fucking predator.
And they did all of this, and there's players that knew about it because they joked with this player on the ice about it. And the whole organization from 2010, now obviously there's always, I'm not saying everyone in the organization now is a piece of shit, because you're always getting new people in that have nothing to do with anything. But everyone involved in that 2010 team are all scumbags that deserve to be out of the league. Joel Quenneville should never coach another game in the NHL ever again.
Yeah,
he should have his name taken off the cup. Stan Bowman.
Well, they're looking. Chicago, just once again, just keep talking about this real quick. Chicago did put a petition into the Hall of Fame committee, the trustees, to go ahead and X out Aldrich's name, because it's been done before. They've taken names off the cup before.
Absolutely, but it shouldn't stop there. It shouldn't just go to him because.
I agree.
He's the guy that did it. Every single person that had a hand in knowing this was happening
and
did nothing about it, all the way down to the players. I don't care that you competed all season for a cup if you let what's the price of that? You let someone get sexually assaulted and you didn't want it to fuck up your flow so you could win the cup? No. So now you don't deserve to have won that cup. So
agreed.
Your name should be off that shit too. That shit just it makes me stabby. That whole story just makes me incredibly stabby.
No, I agree 100%. And look,
there ain't no place for
unfortunately
that
it happened. I'm glad it came out so that way, we can try to handle this a decade later, but still be able to try to go ahead and handle this.
Props to Kyle Beach for coming out, and that had to be incredibly difficult. It's been 11 years to have to live with that, but to finally come out and basically force this investigation, good on you, sir. Good on you, sir. Because that hopefully is now going to have a ripple effect and is going to help a lot of people from that happening again.
I really hope so. I honestly do. Between what's happened in U.S. Olympic gymnastics and then now everything with the NHL, you already hear about it in Hollywood, dude. I really hope, for the quote unquote elites, this shakes some fucking trees.
People in positions of power, this has been a tale as old as time.
Right.
Which is what it is. But like I said, you've been a part of a team before. That's supposed to be like a brotherhood. Those are your brothers or your sisters, whatever it ends up being. So it disgusts me even more that the players knew about it and let it happen, but then also turned it into a joke. And we're ragging this guy on the ice about it. Are you kidding me? That shit just drives me absolutely bananas.
It's disgusting.
Absolutely bananas. But anyway, continue to hopefully some better news.
So we have another. Just to go ahead and switch to something else. I still have two more pieces of news. So Mark Hamill. Most people know him as Luke Skywalker. Others know him as the voice of the Joker. Some even know him now as the voice of Skeletor. But he is now the host of a new video game showcase that is called Thunderful World. It is a digital event that is going to be happening November 10th. You will have you'll have video games there from like Aerial Knights Never Yield and other indie games. There'll be some stuff about the Gunk, which is a game that we that we talked about before
multiple times.
You also have other games that they're going to be talking about, like Planet of Lana, which is a hand-painted puzzle adventure game, which actually looks really pretty. I'm looking at I'm looking at some stills of it right now. But I mean, you're also going to have some other stuff in there. And you mean like Thunderful, they've made games like the sci-fi shooter Industria, Lonely Mountain Downhill, Say No More, and also Portal and Bridge Constructor The Walking Dead. So I mean, they definitely put out a bunch of stuff. And November 10th is when you are going to hear Mark Hamill on an indie games showcase, which I just think that's just fucking awesome.
That's incredible.
And the last thing I have has to do with Far Cry 6. Now, they're mocking people who have stopped playing the game. So normally with anything EA or Ubisoft, you always get emails, you know what I mean, about like updates and stuff like that. So apparently people have been getting getting emails from El Presidente in the game, and it says, "Hola Rojas, I wanted to thank you for giving me free reign in Yara. Take it easy and know that Yara is in capable hands, El Presidente."
That's awesome.
So
That's so awesome.
Dude, they're fucking with people to go ahead and get them to play the game again. I love that. And I've never heard of a game doing that before.
Me either.
But I mean,
there's no shot that if I get that email, I'm not like, yo, fuck this dude and go back in.
And that's what I'm saying, if I would have saw that, I would have been like, yo, this motherfucker.
That just makes me an easy mark, but whatever.
Dude, I would jump back in, hands down. Plus, I have been hearing that this game is actually a lot of fun. If you enjoy Far Cry games, this game is perfect.
Dude, honestly, once you hit Far Cry 3, when have you heard about a Far Cry game that has not been fun?
True. I'll be honest, I haven't finished a single one, but I've loved playing them, straight up. And that's what I have in news. So, Andy's going to tell us about the game he finished, and we're going to go ahead and tell y'all how the streak is going in NHL. So we're going to go ahead and let y'all know what we are playing.
You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Wow, that was a really quick jump off. I've been running more of the main mission actually in Fallout 76. Trying to go ahead and get more of that done. I want to drop a nuke. That's basically my main objective in this game. I want to be able to drop a nuke. It's a bitch and a half to do, but I want to try to get it done. Other than that, I've just played Chell with you. You know what I mean? Oh no, you know what it is? Did we talk? No, I don't think we talked about it yet. So I started playing a new game with the boys. We started playing Back 4 Blood.
Tell me about it.
So Back 4 Blood is essentially a zombie game, and you need to go ahead and just move from location to location. Now, the wild thing about this game is that you can turn friendly fire on. Oh yeah. And
it's real, huh?
Oh god, yeah. And wherever you find health in the world, that's the only health you get. You know what I mean? You don't get any more health anywhere else, really. So, dude, if you're low health and then you get killed and you get brought back, then you're at low health. You know what I mean? There's nothing else that can happen. You know what I mean, until you find some wraps to go ahead and bandage yourself. But it's actually been pretty fun so far. I mean, you have all different types of weapons. You have You have submachine guns, you have assault rifles, shotguns, and you have melee weapons too. Like you have like a lot of people know, like from Walking Dead, you have like a bat like Lucille, which is a bat with barbed wire wrapped around it.
Yeah.
So, dude, actually that's been pretty fun. I mean, we've been jumping on. I mean, we did that like 2 weeks ago on stream, and I mean it was a good time, and we gotta jump back into it again.
Beautiful.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. So,
bro, you can go in the cell as well. You might as well.
Yeah. So, like I said, we tried to keep the streak alive, but our last game we did succumb to defeat.
1-0, the worst kind of loss. And I was telling Alex this morning, I was like, I feel like we should have talked about that Chicago thing more while we were playing, because I was so angry. I think that's why I was scoring goals left and right. And then we stopped talking about it for that last game. We couldn't do nothing. The fire was gone.
Like, I mean, look, yo, we had
opportunity.
We had a great time on stream with Shelby and Janal and Adrian. You know what I mean? And your wife jumped in the chat too. I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But it was a great time. Jacob Boner Jams jumped in. I mean, threw us some bits too, so we appreciate that.
Look, I'm not gonna be mad about a 10-1 record.
Yeah, dude.
The one bothers me only because, like I said, it's a 1-0 loss. We had chance after chance after chance.
We did.
Couldn't bury 100%
one. Did. Now,
one.
I feel like I think I ended up with. I mean, throughout that run last night, I ended up with 1 goal and like 6 assists, something like that. I mean, throughout the whole run, I think you probably ended up the other way around, or probably like 6 and 5 or something like that.
With what? I'm sorry.
With goals and assists.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because we played that one team that was a full squad. Everybody was a person. I mean, there was no AI, and including goalie, and we mopped the floor with them.
Yeah, they got whopped pretty hard.
Dude, that one was fun. Dude, that game I had like 3 assists in. Like that shit was great.
Yeah, dude, we played good all night. We didn't play a bad. We didn't even play a bad game. The game that we lost 1-0. We just the opportunities we had, we just couldn't figure out a way to bury it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen sometimes, unfortunately.
On top of the fact of you were a sin bin regular last night.
No, three penalties. We played 6 penalties. Games? In 6 games?
That's a sin bin regular for me, man.
Right,
you spent your time in there.
Fine. And actually, that's kind of overblown because 2 of them came in the first game. So after the 2 tripping penalties that I took in that first game, I only took 1 penalty over the next 5.
That is true. That is true.
So,
but I said what I said.
I had 1 rough game in there, so let's pump the brakes.
Yeah. So man, it's been fun. I mean, running through Chell, we made it. I think we're in Division 8 now. We definitely won the D9 title. I know that.
Oh yeah, we won D10 and D9.
Yeah. So how about you go ahead and let everybody know about what you've been messing with?
It's actually a couple things. I'm excited about it. One kind of led into the other. So when we had our last free and new at the end of last month, and I spoke about how Resident Evil Code Veronica X was going to be coming to Xbox, I had to grab it. I told you then, I was like, I'm going to do this. And as soon as it went there, I did it. And I played and beat Resident Evil Code Veronica X, and it brought back all of the feels. All the feels. And I was a little worried at first because I didn't know how it was going to be, because controls are always wonky in those old Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
And and they still were trying to figure, for the first like half an hour, trying to figure out how to actually go to where I was trying to go was a little tough. But then once you got the hang of it, it was fine. But so for anyone, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the game, and then I'll tell you about some of the things that I experienced with it and some of the fun that I had, because there's not a lot of people. I mean, maybe hardcore Resident Evil fans know about it, but this is by far my favorite game in the series, bar none. So the plot, and it's cool because it has all the people that you recognize, and it adds in some other people. So in December 1988, takes 3 months after escaping from Raccoon City in Resident Evil 2, prior to its eventual destruction in Resident Evil 3, Claire Redfield raids an Umbrella Corporation facility in Paris in search of her brother Chris. Discovered by Umbrella's secret security forces, eventually captured, Claire is imprisoned on Rockford Island, a prison complex owned by the corporation situated in the Southern Ocean. Sometime after her imprisonment, Claire finds herself released by the man who captured her and discovers that an outbreak of the T-virus has occurred. In the resulting chaos, she finds herself teaming up with Steve Burnside, another inmate seeking to escape. In their efforts to explore the island and find the means to leave, the pair finds themselves confronting the island's commander, Alfred Ashford. Both Claire and Steve find him to be mentally unstable. I'm going to leave it at that because if there's anyone that does want to go on and play the game now, I don't want to give up any like crazy plot points or anything. But basically, the entire game you're playing is Claire trying to find her brother, and the game is fun, man. The game is a lot of fun. It brought back that old school feel of actually having to worry about having. Well, they were actually, I think, in Code Veronica X, because there was Code Veronica and then Code Veronica X. So Code Veronica came out for the Dreamcast and I believe the N64, if I'm not mistaken. And then Code Veronica X,
old school.
And then Code Veronica X, I believe, was the 360. And I think in Code Veronica X they were a little more giving when it came to ammo. Now there were still times where it got dicey, but not as much. But the feeling of actually having low resources, having to find ink ribbons to be able to save, not just be able to hit start and save game whenever you want. Having to find, well, they're always in the save rooms, but having the item boxes. So you have to pick and choose what you want to store in your item box, you know, what you want to take with you. And the fact that you end up switching between characters at some points, deciding what items you want to leave for Chris when you start playing as him, what items you want to use as Claire, that, you know, they were a lot of fun. The puzzles always seemed harder in the older Resident Evil games than they do in the newer ones. Puzzles have always been a huge part of Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
But they don't seem as tough anymore. Like, I can't think of any time that I've literally sat in a room scratching my head for a half an hour, like, what am I doing wrong on the new ones? But you had it all the time in the old ones. But it took me probably a week to beat Code Veronica X.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. I found a little bit of a rhythm in being able to find some times to play, and then after doing that, it made me want to just keep the Resident Evil train going, since I have Resident Evil Village, and that's the brand new one. So I jumped back into that. So I started it over completely because I had played it for like an hour, and then walked away from it for months. So I didn't remember where Resident Evil's not a game where you can just walk away from it and remember.
And then just come back, yeah.
It's tough. So I started it over, and I am quite far. I'm quite far. The way the story's set up, it directly follows Resident Evil 7, and in the beginning, you're just like chilling with your wife and your baby, and Chris Redfield storms through the door, shoots your wife, steals your baby, and just like leaves. And this is all stuff that you see in the trailer, so I'm not really spoiling anything. That's how the setup of the game, and the whole game you're trying to find your daughter.
Yeah.
I've made it all the way through Castle Dimitrescu. Took out Lady Dimitrescu and her fucking fucked up daughters and all that shit. That was a hell of a battle. And then I took the next boss, who was a ventriloquist, and her doll, I believe Angie. That sounds
terrifying on its own.
It is. And right after this is done, I know it's not, but I want to show you a little clip of Angie, because as soon as I heard her, well, I'm not sure that it's not, but I'm pretty sure it's not. As soon as I heard her, I swore to God it was whoever does the voice for Tiny Tina. I swore it was. It's
Ashley
not.
Birch?
I'm positive that it's not, but if it's not, it's someone that, if God forbid anything ever happened to her, could easily slide in and do Tiny Tina. But and then the next boss, I'm like one boss left from getting to like the very end of the game. But I'm having a lot of fun. I enjoy that they brought back the merchant.
What'd you say her name was? Angie?
The doll? Yeah. I'm positive that it's not. Well, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty positive. I feel like I'd have known about it.
Yeah, apparently the name of the voice actor is Miyuki Sato.
Okay, well, she could slot in if anything ever happened to Ashley.
Or Jesus Christ, I'm getting like different things. Paula Rhodes is another name that I'm seeing. So maybe one is the voice of the ventriloquist of the dummy, and the other one's the voice of the ventriloquist.
Okay, well I'm talking about the dummy here. But
oh God, that dummy's terrifying as shit.
Oh, it sure is. But I'll tell you.
Oh, okay, I got it now. Sorry, I fucked up. My apologies for messing this up. Sato is the Japanese voice
for Angie.
Yes, okay. For Angie. But Paula Rhodes is the voice for English.
Okay, well Paula kills it. Because as soon as I heard her for the first time, I was like, "Is that Tiny Tina? Like what?" But yeah, so I love that they brought back the merchant that they had in Resident Evil 4. That you could buy upgrades to your guns and shit like that. You could buy and sell stuff. Except for in this game, he's called the Duke. He's this big old this big mamma jamma. They've added a hunting element, which is kind of cool in Resident Evil. Not loosely hunting. Basically, what happens is you find these, some rare animals and then just other random animals like fish, chicken, stuff like that. You kill them for meat. You can then take them to the Duke, and he will make you a special type of food that will like permanently increase some of your stats. So it's kind of dope to have that. But the game has been a lot of fun. Not as hard, I don't think, as Resident Evil 7, because I've been playing, like I said, I've played for probably like 12 hours or so, and I died once. But the death that I had was one of those, like, if you make one wrong move, it's a one-shot kill type of thing. Like, not one of those, like, I got overran by zombies, couldn't figure out what to do, and they, So, not as hard as I remember other games being, but still a whole lot of fun.
Okay.
A whole lot of fun. But, yeah, that's what I got.
All right, y'all. Now it is time to connect with CGC. You can find us on our website, consolegamingcrew.com. You can hit us up at our email with anything you want to talk about, suggestions, comments. You think about it, please tell us. That's at consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. Our Twitter is at consolecrew. That's probably where you're going to find us most, being most active at least. YouTube and Instagram are both Console Gaming Crew. Facebook is an absolute disaster, or should we call it meta now?
Meta? We can.
Yeah, our meta Facebook is meta not there. So, if you want to go ahead and check out other people, other creators, other podcasts, please go ahead and check them out at bossrushgames.com. The Boss Rush Network is where you can find us, as well as many others that are absolute balls to the wall, some of the best people you're going to find and listen to. Guaranteed. That is bossrushgames.com. If you want to watch myself and my brothers stream video games, you can find us on Twitch at CGC Podcast. I have a co-op Monday night. That is when me and some of my friends go ahead and run different games. Right now, we're kind of doing a little bit of Back 4 Blood. And then currently, we're running a Fun Friday to where we're either playing some Chell or The Ascent or maybe something different. We'll figure it out at that point in time. We appreciate y'all listening. And as always, if you want to go ahead and give us a rating wherever you listen to us, please do so. 5-star, 4-star, whatever it is. Drop a comment. Let us know what you like about the podcast. We will listen and we will try to be better as always.
Game on.
And as always, well, I didn't get to say my whole thing.
Oh, I thought you said and as always.
Well, I mean, and as always, we'll try to be better.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, you need to listen. You have the earphones on. Your ears are that big.
Damn. Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. So I want to go ahead and tell everybody to please stay safe. Wash your hands. Mask up if needed. And as always,
try to be better.
And game on, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.